Well, hello. Oh, I forgot to unmute the game on my end. Oh, we're back for Trails Tuesday. And, yeah. Let's, get right into this. Oh my god. Ahead of time, once again, I do apologize if you hear me whinge or groan. I'm still dealing with pain in my right eye. This is going to be a lasting problem of mine for Lord knows how long. Okay, so old school building, always done at the end. Let me make sure I'm not going to be missing any in-between stuff. We're not in May anymore, right? You know, we're in June, so chapter 3. I forgot to switch my tab. I mean my bookmark. Okay, the hidden side quest isn't until evening. I already did I already did the stuff on the 15th, so I'm on the 20th. Okay, so right now the only bonding events available are those. Let's go say hi to Crow first. Yo, how you feeling about your first midterms? Well, I think I passed at the very least. How about you? 1 second. Ah, yeah. Good to know, Terrell. How many? Sorry. There. Alright. Sitting slightly above average, I think. Would have gone better if I could have gotten my hands on a list of the test questions in advance, though. Damn. I should have seen Full Man Mick. Mick was good for it. You know, I really doubt he'd have something like that for sale. Alright, where is everyone? General store. There's Laura. Oh, hello, Reen. It's rare to see you here by yourself. What's up? I actually found myself rather interested in the store's wares, so I decided to browse for a while. I'm surprised at how enjoyable it is. I'm surprised at how enjoyable it's been. Should I join her? Mind if I join you? Feel free. Maybe this would be a good chance to have you tell me more about things being sold here. Well, I don't know. I don't know all that much about them myself. They have a wide variety of items here on display, most of which I'm unfamiliar with. Which leads to a question I'd like to ask you, Reen. What sort of goods and accessories do girls my age tend to like? What? I ask because, well, I've noticed that there's a significant difference between myself and the other girls here. For example, I went shopping with Monica recently, only to find myself searching for equipment to keep my sword in shape. Meanwhile, Monica was fawning over cute accessories and the like. Doesn't this prove that I'm rather strange? Well, you're from different class backgrounds, for one thing. That's a difference between you already. But even amongst the other nobles, you're a little bit different. Just as I thought. But this is of no issue. If there's something I lack, then all I need to do is take the opportunity to learn. Now tell me, what if the items here would most likely grab a girl's attention? I mean, I'm not exactly an expert on the subject, but... How about this Mishy plush? He's a pretty popular character over in Crossbell. Fascinating. He's certainly charming, to say the least. But how about this? This Dogi character has a rather gallant look to him, doesn't he? I'm 100% sure that most girls wouldn't have any interest in him. Oh, this is more challenging than I'd expected. I couldn't be more grateful for your assistance, Reen. If it weren't for you, I never would have purchased something so nice. Not a problem. Still, my grasp on what other girls my age like remains tenuous. It seems I have a long and harsh path ahead of me, if I'm ever to truly know. You know, you don't have to force yourself to be like everyone else. Because you aren't like everyone else. You're who you are. And that's exactly why we like you. You've given me a lot to think about. Let me thank you once again. I'd like for us to go shopping again if you ever have the time. Sure, that'd be fun. I'll be right back. Alright, now let's go hang out with Fee. What's with the stern look, Fee? Turns out I'll be growing some flowers for the club. But I need to go get the tools. I see. It sounds tough. Kind of rare to see you this serious. Kind of rare to see you this serious around. Why is reading difficult? Kind of rare to see you this serious about something, though. It happens sometimes. Would you like me to help you out? Sure. Have fun. I wasn't offering to do it for you, Fee. Aw. Given how many types of plants there are, you've got no shortage of options. Have you got any idea of what you want? You got any idea of what you want to raise? Yep. Oh, what are these? Flower seeds. Don't know what they're called though. Someone gave them to me. Someone gave them to me when I was in the corpse. Had them ever since. Do you know how to raise them, then? Yep, they told me how. They were kind of joking about raising them with love. I don't know if that was a joke. My mom says the same thing about the plants she grows in our kitchen. That is Adel. I don't know about love, though. Then maybe this is the right time for you to try and raise them. But man, your course sounds so different from the image I've always had in my head. How so? The way you tell it, you sound like one big family in a sense. I always thought Jaegers were, well, a bit more violent and bloodthirsty, I guess. Maybe I was just being narrow-minded, though. Can't blame you. Everyone's more concerned about the negative reputation Jaegers have than anything else. There's some people who can't even accept their existence. What do you mean? Nothing. Let's hurry up and buy the tools and fertilizer. Good idea. I've never seen those seeds before. So let's ask Jane for some advice on the best way to raise them. That should do it. They should bloom in a few months if I raise them right. Hope they grow up big and strong. Me too. Oh, also, thanks for the help. Anytime. Alright, ooh, wow, yeah, that's a lot more people now that I'm at the school. Oh, let's knock out the rest of the bonding events. Let's go into the student union, I guess, next. Which floor are you on? Not down here, so that means you're up here. Is it Maki? It's Makias. Which means he should be here in the chess club. Wow, he looks like he's really into it. Huh. Hello there, Reen. Sorry, I was caught up in my game. No worries. Sorry if I disturbed you. Is there a big chess game coming up or something? You seem way more focused than I'd expect for just a regular match. Indeed, there is. And not just any match either. It's a match that'll determine the fate of this club. But I have every intention of completely dominating the upper class student. Chess always seems pretty interesting. Should I stick around and watch? Would you mind if I watch... wow. Would you mind if I watch you play for a bit? I'm familiar with the rules, at least. And it seems like a pretty involving game, even as a spectator. Be my guest. But if you know the rules, how about we play a game instead? I'm sure you'd have more fun. I'm sure you'd have more fun doing that than just watching. Are you sure? Might as well. I'll watch you two. So come on and take a seat here. And that's checkmate. That didn't take long. That was some high-level play, Machias. I didn't stand a chance. It's nothing special. My father taught me to play when I was young. We've been playing against each other ever since, so I've had years of practice now. Apparently, he's never lost a game back home. He really is the savior of the chess club. Since you were playing against adults ever since you were a kid. That'd definitely explain things. I used to tag along with my dad whenever he was out hunting, but I never got that good at... Sorry. No, I shouldn't have reacted like that. Hunting's not an exclusively noble pastime, after all. It's just not that common in Heimball. I can imagine. Last month's field study gave me a lot to think about. I've come to realize that it's unfair of me to pass judgment on nobles simply for being born into that life. For example, I've never met your parents, but I can tell from talking to you that they're good people. Machias. Man, am I glad we made up. Don't start getting weird on me now. I don't really get what you're talking about, but yeah, friendship's what youth's all about. Speaking of, how about you join your pal in the chess club, Reen? We'll need as many people as possible if we want to take down the upper class chess club. Sorry, but I'll have to decline. Members of the upper class chess club like humiliating players weaker than they are. This isn't about the fact that they're nobles anymore. They're shaming the very act of playing chess, pure and simple. And Stefan and I aren't going to let that stand. Well said, Machias. Then I'll be cheering you guys on. Good luck, Machias. Thanks. I won't let you down. Alright, that's it for Machias. Let's head to the school. We're gonna save Toa for last. So next up is Omi. Nothing relaxes me like cradling a violin in my hands, especially since I never had much of a chance to play during our midterms. Yeah, most clubs put their regular. Why is reading difficult? Yeah, most clubs put their regular meetings on hold while exams are going on. You seem pretty happy, though. It's that obvious, huh? I'm planning on pretty much spending the entire day just playing. After not playing for so long, I'm out of form, so I need to get back into it. Would you mind if I listened in? Oh, be my guest. I need to get ready though, so just hold on a bit. Let's see if I could do it this way. Sorry, give me 1 second, I'm just fucking around with shit. There's... shrink that down, and there we go. That's much better. Alright. So, what did you think? I'm impressed. I never would have guessed that you... Ah! Why is reading so fucking difficult? I swear to God. Oh! I never would have guessed that you'd taken a break for midterms if you hadn't told me. You mean it? Good to hear. It seems like you're really enjoying yourself when you play too. I can practically hear your love for music in every note. Aw, cut it out. You're embarrassing me. Oh, by the way, I've been wondering about this for a while, but you're a musician yourself, aren't you, Reen? Kind of. What tipped you off? It was just a feeling I had. I can't really explain it, but it's like I can tell if someone has even the slightest bit of musical experience. The slightest bit is right. I used to play the lute for a while back home. But that's a pretty impressive sense you have. You're really on another level when it comes to anything musical. I think you might be exaggerating just a little. Not at all. Most people wouldn't pick... Ah, my God. I hate this. Not at all. Most people wouldn't pick up on something like that. It shows the extent of your passion for music. It's something I respect. Passion isn't enough, though. Passion isn't... Man, I want to bite my tongue sometimes. Passion isn't enough, though. Not in music. If I want to get better, I'm going to need better equipment. But given the compromise, I can't even ask for that. What compromise? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. But it's nice to confirm that you do play an instrument, Reen. We should play together sometime. Got a lot of rust to work off, but I'd like that. Great! I'm looking forward to it. Alright, next up, if I'm correct, is Elisa, who should be all the way in the back. Oh yeah, am I gonna be missing out on anything else besides just the bondings? Missable. Clara. Speak to Clara in the art room. Oh, Clara is... Alright, I've already maxed out Clara. Oh, not maxed out. I've already filled Clara. Let me not say it that way. I've already filled up her entry. Eustace attend Eustace's bonding event. Laura attend Laura's bonding event. Sharon attend... Alright, so any bonding event ones I've already taken care of. Margarita. Finish Secret Admirer quest. Margarita, I believe, is... No, Margarita I know is... Oh, wait. I'm just double check. There we go. Margarita, yeah, okay, I've already done that. Hugo. Okay, so speak to Hugo at Kirsch Cafe. Evening. Alright, so noon ones. Bonding events, Margaret. Okay, so I don't have to worry until evening. And that'll get me Hugo's page, Rex's page. I already have Monk's page, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to be doing that quest anyway, so... Alright, so I'm good. Now let's just go do Elisa's bonding event. Huh? Isn't this classroom usually locked? It is, but I checked on... It is, but I checked it on a whim and it was open. The janitor must have forgotten to lock it after he was done. I see. So, what brings you here? I got into an argument with Ferris earlier. She started asking me all these questions about my last name after she found out about Sharon. And you ran off here. How many times am I gonna have to deal with this? I'm probably not the best person for this, but do you need someone to talk to, Elisa? It's better to let these things out than bottle them up. Green? Thanks! Whoops! I knew I forgot to lock up. There we are. Wait, did he just lock the door? Seems like it. Guess we're locked in. My luck keeps getting worse today. Worse and worse today. At least it's not nighttime or anything. I'm sure someone will come by before too long. That's true, but... Huh. So, it's just, Reen and me here. Reen and me. Here in the dark. Behind a locked door. No, Elisa, focus. This is all Sharon's fault. I wouldn't even be here if Ferris and I weren't arguing about her. Isn't that a bit of a stretch? You wouldn't say that if you knew her. She always does this. Imagine living with someone who knows nearly everything about you but never thinks about your feelings. And on top of it all, she's always taking Mother's side. She did when what? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have tried to pry. Even so, you don't really dislike Sharon, do you? I mean, I guess I can't say dislike. It's kind of hard to dislike someone who's been a permanent fixture in your life since you were a kid. See what I mean? If she's going to be at the academy anyway, you might as well try to make the best of it. Besides, she's sort of like an older sister to you, right? I hit the fucking button. You're right about that. But still, it wouldn't kill her to think about me a little more. Not a moment goes by in which I don't think of you, Not a moment goes by in which I don't think of you, Lady Elisa. Sharon? What are you doing here? Whenever you are in need, I shall be by your side. After all, isn't it what an older sister is for? She knows how to make an entrance, I'll give her that. I can't believe she heard all that. Oh my, I didn't interrupt anything. No, I didn't interrupt anything personal between the two of you, did I? I would be more than happy to lock the door again and leave the two of you to whatever it was you were up to in here. Don't even joke about that. I really can't let my guard down around you, can I, Sharon? Whatever. I'll let you off this time since you unlocked the door for us. I would undo any lock for you, for your sake, Lady Elisa. After all, I want you to think of me as an elder sis. Ugh, stop it. It's embarrassing. Okay. So all that's left is Toa on the first floor now. And then I can start actually doing the quests I was given. Over here. And there she is. Nice work today, Reen. Are you looking forward to the midterm results? Are you looking forward to the midterm result announcements as much as I am? It sounds strange to say it, but I am. You're looking pretty busy for someone who just finished her midterms, though. You bet. Now that the year's halfway through, we've got a lot to discuss. So much, in fact, that we even reserved this room just to discuss it. It's the academy. There's the academy festival. No, there's the academy festival. Someone wants to use the swimming pool next month. There's also a zillion other events. Man, I guess it isn't easy being a student council member. I think you're the last person in the world who'd actually take this advice, but try not to overwork yourself. I guess I'll consider it. Thanks, Reen. She's just as busy as ever. Maybe there's something I can do to help. Is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can help you with? I've got some spare time, and you seem swamped. Really? That'd be great. It just so happens that our usual note-taker is home nursing a cold today. Would you mind filling in for her? No problem. If there's one thing I can do, it's write notes. Well, that should cover everything on the agenda. Summer will be here before we know it, so I think the pool should be our highest priority. Agreed. We'll get right on it. We should decide who'll be handling each task while we're at it. Then allow me to take care of the arrangements regarding the pool. I'll get our documents sorted out and hand them over to the requisite instructors. You mean it? Thanks. Let me know if anything comes up. Oh, speaking of which, do we have any updates on what we discussed last month? Just a moment, please. Allow me to gather the necessary documents. She's so good at her job that even the upper class students are hanging on her every word. I guess she didn't just charm her way into the office. Thanks for all the help today, Reen. You really didn't need to stay and help me clean everything up, but I'm glad you did. You're always doing so much for us. I'm just trying to return the favor. But you're really something, you know that? That meeting had a ton of stuff to sort out and plan, but you made it look easy. You're like a human student book. You're like a human student notebook. Thanks. I think you might be exaggerating a bit, though. I couldn't get a thing done without the rest of the student council. Not a thing. Really? You probably saw it during the meeting. We were able to sort everything out because everyone brought their ideas and opinions to the table. I sit in my fancy chair and act on my role as president, but they're the ones doing all the heavy lifting. I never would have thought of it that way. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'm really suited to be president. But if everyone believes I am, there's no way I can let them down. Even if I can't meet all their expectations, I want to show them that I'm trying. Wow, I guess that's the best anyone in your shoes could do. Still, Toa's at the least got that much. Still, Toa's at the English, motherfucker! Can I read it? Still, Toa's at least got that much. Still, Toa at the least got that much to guide her. Maybe if I knew what I wanted to do, if I had that kind of purpose, maybe I'd know what kind of man I want to be. Green? What are you doing? Sorry. You looked so stone-faced there for a second. I couldn't help myself. You're a first year. No need to get ahead of yourself. You've got another full year to figure things out. Wait, you're not psychic, are you? I know how hard you've been working, Reen. I can see it as well as anyone, if not better. I don't know what has you worried, but your answer will come in time. Just take things step by step. I guess. No, you're right. Deep down, I know what she's saying is true. I start getting desperate. I'm just going to paralyze myself with fear. We still have a lot more stuff to clean up and put away. But once we finish, I'll make us some tea. That's one way to get me to hurry up. Alright, and with that, all the bonding events for the morning are done. So, off to the engineering building? Question mark? Which one? Wrong button. No, let's do the secret event first. Not the secret event, let's do the hidden event first. Where's Margarita waiting? More details in the storage building. Okay. Which means we go to the field. Oh! No, there's still one more bonding event. How the hell did I miss the Eustace bonding event? Phew. Wow, your clothes are covered with dirt. You're even more into this than I realized. It's just dirt. It's just dirt. Hardly an issue. It takes a good deal of effort to care for horses. I suppose it's only natural to end up like this. I suppose you're right. Care for a little help? I've got some experience working with horses myself. So it'd help. So it'd help things go a little faster. It must be your hobby to show up unabiding to assist people. Your offer does come at an opportune moment, though. I was just about to start washing them, so feel free to join in. Whew. This is every bit as tough as I remember it being. Already thinking of throwing in the towel? You were the one who offered to help, so don't think I'll let you back out so easily. I know. Aren't you getting a little tired yourself, Eustace? We wouldn't want you to overexert your frail little noble body or anything. I hit the fucking X button too soon. What do you take me for? This is nothing. Perhaps if you put as much effort into your work as you did your toothless jokes, we'd be done by now. Shut up! I'm doing just fine. I guess Eustace isn't any friendlier towards girls than he is to guys. Right. Time to... Whoa! Whoa there! Whoa there! We've got a wild one here! Understandable. This horse recently arrived from the Nord Highlands. He's still young, so he hasn't quite grown accustomed to the stables yet. Does school normally get horses all the way from the Highlands? Indeed. They're known to breed the best horses. Even the army gets their horses from there. Now then. You're pretty good at that. When I was younger, I used to go to the stables whenever I felt bored. My brother taught me both how to ride horses and how to take care of them. I'm truly grateful for that. You two are lucky to have each other. I'm not gonna let some snooty noble who learned about riding horses with a silver spoon in his mouth show me up like this. It's subtle, but he's definitely changed since we came back from our last field study. Feels like he's more willing to be open with us now. You care to explain what you're staring at? Don't mind me. Anyway, We've got a horse to clean. All right, now for the first of the requests. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed, it is. Standing here before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only Vincent Florald. I presume you're the Cupid that I asked for the student council to send me? He's quite the character. Really seems to like himself. What I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I'm here on behalf of the student council, yes? Then you may still will serve my purpose. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you? Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Please elaborate on your request. A fine answer indeed. Although, before we continue... Phew. Sarifa is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Sarifa to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, this is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I've received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters as of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these letters. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous, after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the Florald name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah. I don't think I could stop you. At this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of a beautiful woman, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose? If I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? Haha, quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who purchased one, precisely, we will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I'm truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless number of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well. I leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. All right. Off to the park. Oh, hi, Rex. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Not at all, go ahead. It wouldn't be hard to find out it would be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can. If that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember, though, it's your job to give the Mystery Sender your support and nothing more. I'll wish her the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right. I count 3 first years who've made a Grand Rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Beryl from Class 3, then there's Vivi from Class 4, and Rosine from Class 5. I see. Thank you very much for the help. The fact she mentioned Vivi has me worried. Hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all. Good luck. Alright, first up is Sister Rosine. Excuse me, you're Rosine from Class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Oh, no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a Grand Rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question, then. It's fine. I did not mean to do that, but whatever. Alright, so we have Rosine. We'll save Vivi for last, because Vivi's always the fun one. Beryl would be in the student union in her club room. By the way, Falcom, why couldn't you make her an optional character for us to interact with more? Beryl is so fun. You're Beryl from Class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I needed to purchase a Grand Rose to use in a ritual. That's all. I see. That answers my question. Well, I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. Vivi should be with her sister? No. Excellent. Vivi decided it's a good idea to compete with the highest grade score. I was hoping you'd maybe tell me where your sister was. Alright. Time to go hunting for the troublemaker. I'll be back for you in a minute. There's no one else on this floor, so let's check down here. I don't know why I thought she'd be in the faculty office. She wouldn't be on this side at all, now that I think about it. Okay. Let's check the roof. She's not on the roof. Is the cat on the roof, by the way? The cat is not on the roof. I want to see where the cat... Let's find the cat as well. Cat is not in the library today. Gymnasium? Cool. No. Is she on the upper section? No. Okay. Just go to the front gate and check around on the outside of the school. Right, zoom time. Ah, there's Vivi. Right, she's part of the fucking gardening club. I forgot about that. What's up, Reen? Who were you? Were you so taken with my feminine charms you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Well, now, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Lynn to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a grand rose, though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. Poor Lind. Can't imagine what she has to deal with. I can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. I've asked all the girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Oh, right. Trade. I only have 87 points right now. I'll fish later. Fishing in this game is way different than what I'm currently used to, and I'm not in the mood to have to reteach myself how to fish in this game. Tell me, did you investigate? Did your investigations prove successful? Successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? Oh, I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. And none of the reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I wasn't any help. But there is one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a pressed rose if she didn't go to the florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have an alternate source. However, my darling Vincent, I've found you. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious that they can only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another one out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Mr. Kettle called. Furthermore, I do not have even the foggiest idea who you are. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely Grand Rose I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean? Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. All adds up. Inconceivable! How could you, of all people, be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own? Look, darling, we are already completing each other's thoughts. And you are all so sweet. What you said couldn't have been further from my actual thoughts. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise in your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of two answers. I'd be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you was a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So that's how it is. Oh no! Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? There's no need to fear. Please have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you make something into your cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay back. Do not come any closer. You don't just stand there. I'll need your aid, even if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slight bitter aftertaste, but it'll be worth it in the... I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa! Dare I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Oh, Sarifa, I beg of you, please, free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Sarifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper-class dorm is requested at 1. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Florald awaits you there. I see. Then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I'll make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Thank you. With that, I wish you all a good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. That maid proves to be quite the obstacle, but no matter. There shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, today's been full of unique encounters, to say the least. At least the request is over and done with. Alright, off to the engineering building. Hey there, Reen. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Elisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Reen's life even harder than it already is. Sorry. I probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out the orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh, please. I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not. Wait, does that mean? Yeah, we want you to ride the orbital bike. Me? I can't deny that that's what I wanted this to be. Hit the fucking X button again too soon. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. And as you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too rough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike. She doesn't play nice with strangers. Right. I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Bro's ridden it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great. We'll have a more objective opinion after you ride it. I guess it makes sense why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Angie and George told us he'd be doing this, so I came along to show some support and take some time off. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least fuck. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Bro, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen. Just ignore everything that this guy says. I hit the fucking X too soon. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica. That helps. I won't let you down. Okay then. That should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right. We want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. It hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving. So let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough. But how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle, and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily, when I start moving. Okay? I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brakes strongly for the front to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the back. It's a lot to remember, but I think I can do it. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say? Ready to go? You bet. Right then. First is to start up the engine. Whoa, this is pretty intense. Kinda reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right. Let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay. So I pull the clutch lever, shift to the first gear, and twist the throttle. Now that I've done that, all I need to do is to let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to this speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right. First I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull the clutch. Change gears, then release. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all this. What was it again? Oh, right. I need to pull in the clutch quickly and release quickly and firmly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. There we go. Perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. Well, fun's got to come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously, I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brake and light on the rear. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible, though. Feels like I'm still riding along. It feels like I'm still riding along, even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I gotta snap out of it eventually. Yup, the others are waiting for me. I better head back now. Welcome back, Green. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. Sheer speed, the engine's vibrations, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like this. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all cool and calm, all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out on a ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handle it really well. And it seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her too. Nice to know I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions out of it. Fuck English, speak. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, they're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Thanks, Reen. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Elise's mother about everything we learned today, if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Elise's mother's the chairman of the Rhineford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Ragnar and Rhineford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Ruhr, right? Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest shareholders too. Wow, they are pretty close. Oh, now you know. Lisa's mother provided the engine and a number of parts for the bike too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right. Although whether or not Rhineford will actually mass produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit. So the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you are right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen. Thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Alright, time to go finally beat up some things. This will be our third time going down into the old schoolhouse. The layout has really shifted around last time. The layout had really shifted around last time. So I'd better finish everything up and prep before heading in. Yes, I finished up everything. An hour and 18 minutes in, finally I get to beat up some stuff. What was that? There really must be something down in here. Anyway, let's get this party started. Everyone from Class 7 has said that they're willing to come along. Now, who should I call? Fee. Boop. Elliot, Machias, Elisa. Right. Let's go. Everyone ready? Ready whenever you are. I've heard about the things you found in your previous trip down here. Don't worry. I'll keep up with the pack just fine. All right, I'm counting on you. After what happened last time, there's no telling what we're in for. Keep your wits about you, everyone. All Now I have to worry about one thing. They don't... Whose orbits got taken off? Alright. Cannon... Let's see. Just gonna put a couple of things on you. Flood, don't need that. We'll give you... Oh no, because Water Bell's gonna be useful on her later. Where is... Is Cast Minus not in this game? No, there it is, Cast. Cast... HP 200. Action. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, let's give you... Let's give you Water Bell. Attack 2. Golden Bell. Oh, hang on. Hit 2. Golden Bell. Recurria. Burn. Alright, while I'm messing with this... Sorry about that, I had to fix an audio desync issue. I'll give you action 2. I have evade 1 and evade 2, so... Alright, I think it's time to stop fucking around with Fee and just put her at max evasion. Oh wait, I did have her. The armor I had that I had on for her already did have evasion +5, so that wasn't changing. I think it's... Is it her weapon? Yeah, her weapon gives her that, but I know I can get her... Or was it Cold Steel 2 that I had her at evasion 100%? Is there another item that increases her evasion? That I don't have equipped on her? It might have been Cold Steel 2 where I had her evasion at 100%. Yeah, because it's usually green, the green items that give evasion boost, and I can't put another evade 1 or 2 on her because you're only allowed 1 of those at a time. And maybe it was Cold Steel 2 that I'm thinking of where I had. Oh wait, no. That's accuracy. Yeah, no, it was probably Cold Steel 2 where I had her evasion maxed out then. Sure, I have the armors that up her evasion on already. So the next thing would just be to upgrade her, to like equip her with better weapons, but I don't want to. Again, I don't want to do that just yet. So I guess that's the most I'm gonna do, unless again there's equipment that I'm not thinking of. But I could have swore Evergreens was the best equipment. It was the best accessories for evasion. Yep, alright. Alright, never mind then. There's not much more I can do. Her evasion's at the max that it can be. So this is the elevator that you mentioned. It does seem rather mysterious. Another light's lit up on the main panel too. Looks like we can go down as far as the 3rd floor now. When did that happen? How does this even work? Anyway, let's check out what the 3rd floor has in store for us. We need to investigate whether anything else has changed this month. This is the 3rd floor then. And there's another stone door. I think it's fair to assume that we'll find strong monsters lurking inside. Yeah. I think we can safely assume we're not heading for a picnic. All right. Let's be careful out there, everyone.
Let's go. Okay.
Okay, right. This is the... I think I kind of remember this one. Come on. You didn't see me. Ah, whatever.
We'll have to fight our way through.
Go! All right, let's do this!
I'll handle it.
I have all these things. Yep, I have all these things scanned.
Target locked.
Oh no, you don't!
It's my turn. Your turn. I'll handle it.
Well, if that hurt, I'm gonna have to upgrade Emma's equipment.
Here.
My turn! Give it up, everyone!
Yeah. Oh, we should be safe now.
Equipment, Emma. Let's give you something that gives you a bit more bulk. Don't do that, don't do that. I think that'll do. Okay. Ha. Was there something over here that I didn't bring? Oh, right. Treasure chest. Duh. I forgot to open that. Hello, rat. How do you spot me? Turn around. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Here we go. All right,
Got
let's
it.
do this.
I'll handle it. Here.
Where's on his
Give
feet?
it up, everyone.
It's my turn.
And... that one.
I'll handle it.
Here we go. Chick has a chance.
You're open. Yeah.
Nuke button. Let's
should be safe
go.
next-
Enemies ahead. We'll have to fight. Go. There.
My turn. Target locked.
Right.
Right. It's my turn. Arcus, activate. My turn.
My turn. Chick.
Yeah. Oh, we.
Just continue to nuke them. Okay, so I want to go here now. Whatever.
Enemy sighted. Take him out. My turn. There. Has a chance.
You're open. My turn. Here.
Right.
Right. It's my turn.
Ooh, zero arts. I can use Big Boop.
Yeah.
Big Boop!
Oh, we should be.
Holy chain.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Oh, right. You can fish in here.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot. Caught one.
Right, I've already beaten the game though, so technically, it's like doing new game +3. I could just go to the Trista up here, and I can fish any of the fishes.
Bring it on!
I'll handle it. Here.
Here we go!
My turn.
I'll handle it. Here.
Go!
Okay, it's an A plus.
Come on, I hit the thing. Here.
Bring it on!
I'll handle it. Here.
Here we go! There!
My turn.
My turn. Target lock. Done. Will we
Great!
making?
For those who don't know this game, by the way, that are watching, if you're wondering why I speed up combat, it's because while
We have
general
the advantage.
movement is fine, combat
Okay.
pace, I'll just show you. Combat pace is painfully slow.
Here we
So
go!
I have to speed it up, otherwise I'm literally gonna lose my mind
There!
from how slow it is.
Right.
It's my turn. I'll handle it. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe. Done.
Again, I swear I saw the exclamation point.
Looks like we've still got a ways to go.
Okay.
We'll have to fight our way through. My turn.
My turn.
Go! Alright, let's do this!
Okay.
Too slow!
My turn. Too slow. Yeah. My
You
turn.
have rage on. That should have been a counter.
My turn!
Okay, it's
Excuse me, Wrath. It's Wrath in this game. Rage in later games. Counterattacks after evading. Oh, no. It's counterattacks after evading. Oh. But yeah. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something, and I'm feeling like an idiot now. Whatever. Okay.
Bring it on! Go! Alright, let's do this!
My turn. Yeah.
Give it up, everyone.
She's slow. My turn.
My turn. There.
Now. We should be safe now.
This is the problem when you get used to later game mechanics and are going back to playing an older game. It's like I'm sitting here feeling like I'm an idiot being confused about something. It's probably just I'm used to how it's playing in the later games. Oh, come on!
Enemies ahead! We'll have to fight!
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
I'll handle it. Target lock. Okay. Arcus, activate.
Good night!
Are you alright?
Thanks.
Okay. Got it.
Got it.
Now.
Go. Now's a chance.
You're okay. That one all right.
See, we make a great team.
Here they come. Be careful,
Go.
everyone.
All right,
Hand
let's
it
do
to me.
this.
I'll handle it. Now.
Got it.
Good night!
It's my turn. Okay. Got it.
Got it. Go.
Now. Let's. Oh, nicely.
Did I... no... Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Alright.
It's a treasure chest. We have the advantage. My turn. Here.
Go. All right, let's do this.
Good night!
Okay. Arcus, act. Yeah.
Go.
Let's get this over with.
All right.
My turn. Here. It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
Too slow.
Now.
Right! Keep it up, everyone!
My turn. Yeah.
My turn. Ha.
Thank you very much. Okay.
On EP3 still doesn't fill her, recharge her all the way to max.
I'll handle it. Yeah. Let's. It's a treasure chest.
Bring it on.
Okay. Here.
Go. All right,
Hand
let's
it
do
to me.
this.
Okay. Arcus, activate. Your turn. Your turn.
Right! Keep it up, everyone!
My turn. Here. Now.
Go.
And dead.
We'll cut our.
Ares, what did that do? Recover. Cannon, increase potency of healing arts. Gain Sephet from attacks. Recover HP through offensive arts. Yeah, no, that's not useful for Elliot, because that's not how he's built. Okay, so the whole point of hitting that was just so I can get that monster chest.
Hostiles, okay.
Oh, for some reason I thought I saw Zero Craft.
Go! All right.
It's my turn. Too slow. My turn. Got it.
Got it.
Too slow.
My turn.
Too slow. No. Oh, wait.
Great.
I feel like.
Might need to upgrade everyone's equipment a little bit more now. For that. I'm gonna switch Elliot out for Machias, though, in the field.
Yay,
I
we're
say as
at
we're
the
going
end.
into the actual battle. Damn it! I didn't realize I was going into the boss. I didn't need to waste those fucking EP3s. So actually having Machias on board might not
Watch
be
out.
good
This
now.
is a tough. My turn.
I don't remember if these things can actually be affected by status effects.
All right. Let's do this.
I'll handle it. Okay.
Alright, wasting no time, going right into Mega Boot.
Leave it to me. Got it?
I'll try at least. Give it up, everyone.
I'll handle it.
Take this.
Here we go. There. Now's a chance.
You're open.
I'll handle it. No. My turn. Here we go. Silky dance.
Here we go. Flames.
I missed one, so just boop it with Elliot.
We did it.
Done.
Whew, we won. So, that was this floor's guardian. I have to admit, it had me gritting my teeth. Have you had run-ins with monsters like that in here before? Yeah. Every time we reach the end of a floor, a beast shows up, just like that. Is something the matter, Reed? Oh, I was just thinking, I might have worked out something about this place. It looks like we've explored as far as we can go for now. Let's head back outside. I'll tell you more then. So basically, also for everyone curious, the people you are seeing here is basically my endgame party. We have Elliot for healing, Machias for status affecting, Emma for big boop cannon, Fee for don't touch me, and Elisa for CP gain. Thank you for helping me today, everyone. There's no way I could have cleared that place out of my own. glad I could make myself useful. So, what was it you noticed? Well, I think the old schoolhouse actually follows certain rules. Rules? Well, think about it. The first rule will be that there's always a door at the entrance to every floor. The second is that there's always a tough monster waiting at the end. The third is that each month, a new floor opens up for us to explore. When you lay out the facts like that, you can't deny them. It almost feels as though we're being tested by something or someone. Test? I guess when I stop and think about it, it does kind of feel that way. But even assuming that's true, who is it and why? It seems like the only way we'll get to the bottom of this is to keep exploring. Yeah, it seems that way. Either way, we've gone as far as we can. Either way, we've gone as far as we can go today. Let's meet up again next time. Alright, so it's Emma and Gaius. Let's go hang out. Let's go say hi to Gaius first. Fancy meeting you here, Reen. Hey there, guys. Did you come to pray? Yeah. The sun's starting to set, so I figured I'd come along and get my thanks for another fulfilling day. Wow, you're pretty pious, guys. I've been coming here every day since the entrance ceremony too. Hard to believe it's already been almost 2 months since then. Should I join him in prayer? Mind if I join you? I have some things I need to pray for too. You're always welcome. Let us pray then. That should do. This reminds me, actually, you're from the Nord Highlands, aren't you? It's so far away from here, but you still revere Adios, don't you? Of course. It's said that Emperor Dracula himself appealed to the church appealed to the church once the War of the Lions came to a close. Because of that, even now, a traveling priest visits regularly to hold class. It's kind of like your Sunday school here. Huh. But we also revere the wind that blows through the highlands, just as much as we do the goddess herself. This has been a tradition passed down by our ancestors ever since they first set foot in the highlands. The wind and the goddess, huh? Would that mean you hold Sunday school? Would that mean you hold Sunday school out amongst the fields or something? You're honestly not too far off. Most of our classes are held outside. I learned a lot from the traveling priest who was there when I was younger. What he taught me back then, even shaped who I am now. Wow. Maybe people really do meet because they're destined to do so. I've come to appreciate that idea much more than ever since I arrived at Thor's. Meeting you and the rest of our classmates is among the most meaningful events of my life so far. I'm amazed you can say stuff like that with a straight face. Oh, come on. Who do you think I get that from? You can't mean me. Just take a moment and think about some of the stuff you've told us. As cheesy as you can get, though. I think that's one of your good points. Maybe I should cut down on the heartfelt speeches from now on. Speak to Monk in the main building. New chapter. There's Hugo located at the cafe, and Rick's the photography club. Okay, so we go back to Student Union. No. Okay, well, anyway, we're gonna... Oh, right, cafe. Duh. She's all about the money, isn't she? Oops. I better get along home now. My dad's company is Kleist & Co. It's very possible you've heard of it. I'm a department head there. I need to get home and check in on how the sales department is doing. Becky is the one character who I'm not going to read, well, because in English she has a very thick Scottish accent that I'm not good at doing. Alright, so that should have given me Hugo's information. Now I head to the Student Union. Take a sip of my drink real quick. Rick should be in the photography club. Can I not get caught on geometry? That's the last pic turned out. That last pic turned out awesome. As long as there's a cute girl to photograph, I'll be in top form. Oh, yep, there's Rex. I spoke to... Do I need to speak to him twice? Ah, yeah, I need to speak to him twice. Probably. Huh. What? What? Oh, I need to speak to both of them. There we go. The black cat can also be found on the school rooftop. Alright, kitty, where are you? Over here. She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Alright, so that should be that. Let's go to library. Emma is upstairs. Hey Emma, what's up? Are you studying? I was doing research for the literature club, so I decided to take the opportunity to check my answers from our midterm. I was also thinking about reviewing the material for our upcoming classes, too. You dominate the exam scoreboards for a reason. I should probably take a page from your book and start studying harder. And, of course, I'll be cheering you on. Remember, I'm always here to help if you have any questions. So, this might be a bit out of the blue, but would you mind helping me out with some study-related questions? There's a few things we went over in class that I don't understand all that well. It'd be my pleasure. Shall we get started then? I see. So this is where you apply this formula. That's true. That's right. You're a fast learner. That's high praise coming from you, Emma. How are you feeling about those midterms anyway? Expecting a good score? I'm not so sure about that. I did everything I possibly could, but the rest is in Adios' hands now. How about you, Reen? I'm actually feeling pretty good. I should score above the average at least. I'm looking forward to seeing our results, and I'm especially curious about fees. Wait, Reen, stop. That's not how you do that. This calls for a different formula. You see, if you... Whoa. Are you paying attention? Oh, right. Sorry. Huh. Never really noticed it before. But compared to a lot of other girls here, she's really filled out and... Whoa, Reen, come on. Get your head in the right place. Reen, all of a sudden you've turned bright red. Are you okay? Do you feel feverish? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. That must just be the lights from the sunset. In fact, I'm more than fine. I'm just great. Never felt better in my life. Okay then, if you say so. Let's move on to the next page. Alright, hidden quest, sticky situation. Speak to Monk, who's located behind the main building. Time to speedrun. Aren't you from class 5? Yeah, my name's Monk. You're Reen from class 7, right? Oh, I guess I don't even have to introduce myself. But mind if I ask what you're wandering around here for? I'm looking for something. That's descriptive. Here, I'll give you a hand. You mean it? Yeah. I can't just sit back and watch while a fellow student needs help. So, what are we looking for exactly? Stickers. Stickers? Like with drawings and writings on them? Yes, they're my precious treasures. You'll spot them right away, since they're all round and shiny. Round and shiny. Got it. Do you remember where you dropped them by chance? That I do. I was on the roof there, watching the light of the sunset dance off my stickers, and suddenly a big gust of wind blew them right out of my hands. Three stickers lost, just like that. Staring at stickers on a rooftop. I guess everyone needs a hobby. It's possible that the wind carried them pretty far away if it took them from you if it took them from up on the roof. Do you have any idea where they could have landed? Yeah, one came from the south when I was up there, so one flew towards the academy field. The other two went east and northeast of the main building, respectively. Even though I saw where they went, I still haven't been able to find them. Well, it's hard to cover all that ground. I'll start searching right away. Right, thanks. Okay. Hello, Marguerite. And are you two doing here? What's with that girl? Why would she be chasing me around like this? How am I supposed to know? And more importantly, why are you getting me involved? We studied for our midterms together, right? That's a bond stronger than blood. Please, help me out. I'm not even gonna ask. Alright, sticker number 1. Round and shiny, just like he said. It's pretty amazing that the wind took it all this way, though. I didn't notice it at first, but this says Abend time on it. So does that mean that this woman here is supposed to be Misty? I guess it doesn't matter right now. 2 more to find, and the sooner the better. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Looks like the sticker I found before, though it's probably one of the ones he lost. Only 1 more left to find. Just about done. Oh, excuse me. Aha! Here's the last one. I'm kind of amazed it flew all the way over here. Now I've got all 3. I should take them back to Monk. You're telling me you found all 3 of them already? I'll let you be the judge of that. Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. And in pristine condition. Phew. Thank Adios for that. I was really sweating for a minute there. I thought I might have to give up my rightful place as a true Misty fan. I was wondering why you'd carry Abentime stickers. Just yours, but your zeal for Misty answers that. No. Oh, so you're a devout listener too? It's always nice to meet another fan. Perhaps 2 of us have more in common than I first thought. Maybe so. So, from one fan to another, where do they sell those stickers? I wouldn't mind having one myself. Don't be silly now, Reen. Huh? Did you think you could buy these stickers at any old shop? Oh no. No, no, no. Maybe you need to take a closer look. Is that Misty's signature? You bet it is. You can only get one if your submission is used on the show. It's a prestigious honor reserved only for true fans like me. See the number on the sticker there? That's the serial number of the postcard I sent the selected submission in on. Really? Now that's really something. I had no idea it all worked. I had no idea how it all worked. Are you surprised? Oh, I just bet you're surprised. And since I'm sure you'll ask, yes, I am. Yes, I am Passion Boy. I hear that alias all the time on the show. Isn't it supposed to be pretty hard to get a submission read on the show? I can only imagine how much competition you have. It's no easy feat. But it doesn't hurt that I always have Class 7's various activities on hand to use as choice material when I need it. In fact, I should probably be thanking you for that in addition to returning my stickers. So thank you. You're welcome, I think. I can tell you're uncomfortable, but don't worry. But don't you worry. I exaggerate things and mix in some fiction here and there. Nobody will have any idea that you're based on that they're based on all of you. Not even you knew. Good point. I'm not really sure how to feel about all this. Back to the stickers, though. You were a real lifesaver today. Take this, as a sign of my appreciation. Okay. You're, welcome. Well then, Reen, I'll be expecting great things and juicy stories out of you in the future. Sure. Make some. You need to make some preparations for the upcoming practical exams. Purchase bioscopes. I already have all those. If you don't intend to use on using Elliot and purchase ordnance with status effects. Blah blah blah. Okay. So we are done with that. Nope, didn't mean to do that. We are done for the day.
Oh, Reen, did you just get back too?
Ooh, finally, I don't have to read anymore for a little bit.
Oh, hey there, instructor. Welcome back.
Well, the building's still standing, so I guess you all behaved yourselves. Excellent. It looks like you've really thrown yourself into helping out the student council, Reen. But you spend all your time working, and life will just pass you by before you know it.
Alas, if only my evil step-teacher would stop dumping a bunch of work on me and let me go to the ball. Hey, did something happen? You look really beat.
Nothing bad. Just been real busy these last couple days. That Toval really needs to learn how to treat a lady. Honestly, dumping that much work on me? Come on, I'm too delicate for that.
I guess your hot date didn't turn out so well then?
Huh? Of course it did. As if a night with me could fall short of unforgettable.
Yeah, it'll fall short of unforgettable in a completely different... It won't fall short of unforgettable, but not in the way that you're making it out to be.
He was just amazing. Such a gentleman. So strong. So passionate. But I'm afraid all the details might be more than you could handle. It's too soon to corrupt your poor, innocent heart.
Yeah... I almost want to believe it, but yeah, I don't think so.
Everything okay last night, then? Nothing major happened while I was away?
Not particularly. Oh, wait. Actually, we had a woman show up claiming to be the dorm's new caretaker. Did you know about this?
Oh, she's here already? I'd heard that the Reinford family was sending a maid, but I wasn't sure when she'd arrive. Something sure smells good, though.
Oh, I'll bet that's Sharon fixing dinner. She's a great cook. She made breakfast for us today, too.
Oh, I can hardly wait. This Class 7 gig has some real fringe benefits. I'll have to get her to whip up some snacks to go with my beer.
Looks like she knew about Elisa's family after all.
Welcome back, Master Bean. Lady Sarah?
Oh, hey, Sharon. Good to see you. You can stop with the Master Rain stuff, though. It's not like I'm the one paying your salary.
Oh, but that just wouldn't do at all. Politeness toward those I serve is part of the maid's code of honor. Or might you prefer something more like, my dearest Reen?
Whoa! Not in front of the teacher.
Oh, I love that one.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sharon. I was sent here to serve you, courtesy of the Reinford family. I will do my utmost to cater to your every need. I hope I can be of service.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Though if you don't mind my saying, you look a little familiar. Are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
Huh?
I'm afraid we haven't. You certainly don't seem to be an individual one would easily forget. I look forward to serving you, Lady Sarah Valestine.
Why, thank you, Sharon Kruger.
Whoa.
This feels like a good time to make my exit. This looks like...
Please don't worry about me.
Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy. I often feel more concerned for how you're faring in your own studies. Thor's Military Academy is well known for its connections to Emperor Dreikel's and its strenuous curriculum. And I worry that the dangers you face in your training could catch even you by surprise someday. I pray you don't neglect your own well-being. The world has many soldiers, but you're my only brother. Elise Schwarzer.
You never change, do you, Elise? Oh, I guess it's probably me who hasn't changed much. I really should write back to her. And to Mom and Dad, for that matter.
Misty here, filling your speakers with wit and charm once again. I'm coming to you live from Radio Trista, and it's 9 p.m. on this calm June 20th evening. Let's kick off this week's Aubin time. The weather around the capital has sure been wet lately, but not very wild. I thought that rain would never let up. Thanks to that, I ended up holed up in my room, even on my precious days off. Still, the end of June's just around the corner, which means summer festivals are in full swing across Erebonia. The festival out in the port city of Ordis is known for the breathtaking sight of hundreds of bonfires afloat on the bay. In the old capital of St. Arc, they know how to party hard with a festival that keeps going for 5 nights straight. Unfortunately, I've never been able to get out to either of them. I'm hoping to make it up to myself by taking the train to some far-off destination on my next vacation. Now, where would be the perfect place for this wayward traveler to visit? I'd love to visit Crossbell. Exploring its theme park and seeing one of Arkansas's theatrical performances would be great.
I really do need to buy the Crossbell Arc games and play them.
But the thought of just riding to the end of the line and taking in the rustic beauty of the Nord Highlands is just so tempting. I know, Director, I know. Is it too much to ask to let a girl dream big?
I also need to buy the rest of the Liberal Arc games and finally play those. Iffy is 72nd. Elliot is 36th.
Didn't do as bad as I was afraid I would.
Gaius broke top 20. Laura 17th.
I can't believe Emma and Magia's tied for the top score.
Congrats, Machias. You always put up some impressive numbers.
Elisa's 8th. I'm 7th. Eustace is 3rd.
Looks like you made good on your word after all.
I suppose. Emma's the real natural, though.
Oh, not at all. We both just really hit those books this last month. I'm glad everyone did so well.
Agreed. I scored higher this last time than I did on the entrance exam.
I suppose I'll have to settle for 3rd this time.
You make it look easy, Eustace. You must have really buckled down on your studies too, Reen, landing in the top 10 like that?
Well, you all helped me out a lot. And you know what they say about a rising tide lifting all boats.
I feel a bit left out.
You did really well, Fee. You must have had all the basics down pretty well to have scored like you did. If you can build on that in the next exam,
I have no doubts you'll be able to score even higher.
I guess. By the way, there's something posted up over there.
Oh, wow!
It seems Class 7 had the highest average score.
Excellent. I figure that might be the case considering we have the Academy's top 3 high scorers.
You talk as if a class I'm a member of could possibly fail to place first.
Why do you always have to be so full of yourself?
Boys!
I think we should be proud of what we've accomplished.
Me too. Good work, everyone.
Hip hip hooray.
Sandra is such a treat.
How humiliating! How could the pride of the Empire's nobility lose to those plebeians?
And Elisa, thinking she could hide her roots that easily.
Well, aren't you all the overachievers? Congrats on your amazing performance on the midterms. I'll cherish that grumpy look on the vice principal's face forever. That'll teach him to poke his nose into my business.
We didn't do all that work just so you could stick it to him, you know.
Besides, you bring most of it on yourself.
Ugh, always tromping around like he owns the place with that smarmy mustache of his. It's one thing to gripe about work, but where does he get off telling me what to wear and how to behave in a bar? Now he keeps telling me I need to hurry up and get married. Yeah, I'll marry my foot to your face, jackass. Anyway, is everyone ready to leap boldly into this month's practical exam?
I'm fully prepared, Instructor.
I can take whatever task you have to throw at us.
Well, at least this ought to be easier than the midterms.
Here we go again. This one looks different from the others.
Hold on.
You noticed too, huh?
Yeah. Color's different, shape's different, yet it seems similar somehow.
The material. That's what's similar. Maybe.
Is something wrong?
No.
Here they go again.
Well, doesn't this look like fun?
Oh no, it's the Digimon Emperor. Here to ruin our day.
Class 1?
What are they doing here?
Ah yes, as they walk in sync.
To what do we owe the pleasure of this visit? Class 1's combat training isn't until tomorrow.
Oh, Instructor Thomas's class was changed to a self-study period today. So we thought it was the perfect opportunity for a little cross-class exchange, if you will.
AKA, you wanted to put us down.
Class 7 seems to be the talk of the school lately. And we'd simply love the chance to get a little better acquainted.
Exchange?
Judging by that rapier in your hand, I'm guessing you're not here to exchange pleasantries over tea and cookies.
My, you're a sharp one, Schwarzer. Nothing gets by you. Why not try your steel against some real human opponents instead of that contraption over there? We'd be more than happy to serve as representatives of Class 1. Allow us, if you will, to demonstrate the refined spirit and dignity of the Erebonian nobility.
You little pieces of...
Cool your jets. They're just trying to goad us into a fight.
I'd be very interested to witness this refined spirit and dignity you profess.
Well, looks like I found today's entertainment. All right, change of plans. Today's practical exam will be a friendly training bout between classes 1 and 7. The fight will be 4 on 4, with both arts and item use allowed. Reen, you'll be squad captain, so choose 3 of your classmates for your team.
Give me 1 second, I'm just double checking something.
Roger that.
So, how about I show you how much of a coward he is?
I dislike the notion of fighting against women. It's a man's duty to protect the fragile flowers of womanhood, not to wound them. Reconsider your team.
Who the hell does he think he is?
I'll put a fragile flower on his grave.
Now, Fee.
Guess this isn't going to happen until I do as he insists.
Hold it right there. I believe I asked, in no uncertain terms, for your team to consist solely. Reconsider your team.
It sounds like the upper class students...
They probably realized she'd mop the floor with them. I guess I'll have to switch her out.
Okay, he wants only men on the team. That's fine. I can do that.
He should have been among the ranks of Class 1 to begin with. I would rather hope a son of House Alberea would need no demonstration of the nobility's refined spirit and dignity. Choose again.
One would almost think you're trying to postpone the inevitable.
It looks like fighting someone from another of the 4 great houses might be biting off more than he can chew.
Looks that way.
So literally, I'm only allowed to choose these 4. Because the game says so. Alright, I have to put Orbman on Gaius. So, give me a second. I do not have another Wrath yet, so I can't give him the full evasion build, part 2, Electric Boogaloo. But that's fine. Oh yeah, I have Juggler on him, just need to double check that. Alright, I also don't have another Shining, so I can't... That really changes how certain things would have had to been done. Anyway.
Looks like you're all set then. Both teams, take your starting positions.
He may be a fool, but even a fool can be dangerous with a blade in hand. And I'm sure his lackeys are well trained, whatever deficiencies they may have otherwise. Make sure you don't underestimate them.
Got it.
Well, he is a member of the fencing club after all.
We'll see how cocksure he feels when we're through with him. Let's have a good fight, everyone.
We'll now begin the training bout between our representatives from classes 1 and 7. Combatants, weapons at the ready! Begin!
I'll show you what real nobility is.
No one is knocked out in the battle. No one uses arts throughout the battle.
Here we go!
My turn! Give it up, everyone!
Leave it to me.
How about this? All right. We're open.
I'll bed you up!
Oh, no, you don't! My turn! All right,
Let's
let's do
do
this!
My turn!
Elliot didn't get that.
It's my turn. How about this?
Yep.
No way. All right. Whirlwind to me.
Now,
I'll bed you up!
my turn. All right,
Leave
let's
it
do
to me.
this.
You're mine.
Right! Good night!
It's my turn. How about this? Go. Ring.
Leave it to me. Oh, no, you don't.
You all right? All right. Whirlwind to me.
My turn. Now's a chance.
Gotcha. Take.
Right! Good night!
Go. All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me.
Go. Gotcha.
Leave it to me. Whirlwind. Now.
I'll bed you up!
It's this.
Yep. Here we go. All right,
Leave
let's
it to
do
me.
this.
Right. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Eat that.
This is absurd.
Go. Now's a chance. Gotcha.
My turn! Good night!
Leave it to me.
Alright, time to finish off Patrick in a flashy manner. Goodbye, Digimon Emperor.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
I did it! An A+ outcome.
Enough! The winning team is Class 7.
The victory is ours.
As if it wasn't going to be.
Yeah, we showed them.
Not bad.
A passable performance.
That was some fight.
We won! We really won!
How does it taste choking down your own hubris?
This can't be happening. How could we lose to this rabble?
Hey, that was a good fight. Pretty intense, too. You had us on the defensive more than a few times. If we get another chance sometime, how...
Get your filthy hands off me! start acting like you're above me, Reem Schwarzer. Just because Ymir's lord took you in out of pity doesn't change the fact that you're a nobody without a drop of noble blood.
You son of a...
That was uncalled for.
The rest of you are no better. Did you somehow think scoring highest on the exams would mask the fact that you crawled up from the dregs of society? What of you, Reinford? A family of upstart arms peddlers who think being flush with money is all the pedigree they need. And what of the barbarian and your Jaeger tots? I'm surprised they could even read the enrollment forms.
What the hell?
I won't deny how the Reinford Company made its millions.
Am I the Jaeger tot?
What terrible things to say.
Patrick?
I think you might have crossed the line.
Silence! You don't tell me what I can and can't say.
How utterly foul.
Enough of this.
I'm not sure I understand. Maybe you can clear things up. What is it about nobles that makes them superior to those who aren't?
Gaius?
I won't deny that I'm not from this country. That's as plain as the nose on my face. Back in my homeland, we don't really have anything like your class system, so the concept is pretty foreign to me. Really, I mean no offense by asking, but I want to know what it is that elevates nobles above the rest of the people.
The superiority of nobles is self-evident. We come from families of distinguished lineage built on generations of tradition. That gives us a dignity, refinement, and pride that those of common birth could never. We represent the pinnacle of man's achievement. That is what makes us nobles.
I see. I've witnessed that dignity and refinement myself. I see it in how Laura and Eustace carry themselves. But that leads me to another question. I can understand the importance of tradition, lineage, dignity, pride. I get why those would matter. But where do you think they let you get off saying the kinds of things you did?
Well,
Gaius.
Patrick, I really think you should...
Gaius raises an excellent question. I'd say this marks the end of our mock battle. Many thanks to the members of Class 1 for their gracious cooperation. Oh, and just for future reference, self-study doesn't mean wander around outside doing whatever you want. That goes for you two over there, too. Back to the classroom with you.
Yes, instructor!
Please excuse us.
I've decided that for your combat training tomorrow, I'll be pointing out everything you did wrong today. I'll be giving you the full, shameful play-by-play, of course, but I want you to really think about where you need to improve.
Very well.
Patrick! Wait for us!
Yeah, you better run.
For a while there, I was worried that was really gonna get ugly.
As far as I'm concerned, it already had. This is exactly why I can't stand nobles.
Please, don't place me in the same category as that imbecile.
Thanks, Gaius. That meant a lot to me.
Huh? Not sure why you're thanking me, but whatever I did, I'm glad to have helped.
Okay, that concludes this month's practical exam. Next, I'll be giving you the locations for your next field study.
Oh, yes, it had almost slipped my mind.
Where to this month?
Everyone, take one of these.
I use this class. Alright, so I'm still gonna have my boop cannon, but I'm no longer gonna have the evasion magnet. Marcus, Elliot, Laura, Fee.
Erebonia Island. That's in the far west of the Empire, isn't it?
Indeed. It's an island off the coast of Lemaire Province, known for its ruins. However...
The Nord Highlands are beyond the Empire's northeastern borders, are they not? That's right. They're out past Ruhr on the other side of the border.
Since the age of antiquity, the Highlands have been home to a tribe of nomads.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
You're from the Nord Highlands, aren't you, Gaius?
Sure am. We've actually made arrangements for everyone in Group A to stay at my home in our settlement. I hope you'll all enjoy yourselves.
Your rank's gone up. Here's a little something from the Academy. You did really well, Ree.
Still, I couldn't believe it when I saw Nord Highlands written right next to our names. I wasn't ever expecting our field studies to take us that far out.
Well, it does make sense, since it's an important place in the history of the Academy's founder, Emperor Dreikel's.
Indeed, the Highlands are where he first began to solidify his military power during the War of the Lions.
That's about the extent of my knowledge of the Highlands, to be honest.
No worries. I'll tell you more about Nord on the way there. Anyway, I hope you're all ready for a long trip. The train ride between here and there is over 8 hours.
8 hours? That's almost an entire day's journey.
It sounds as though the experience will be more than worth the trouble, though.
By the time we get there, it'll probably be evening already.
You think we should go stock up on some snacks before we leave? There'll be no need for that, Lady Elisa.
Good morning, Sharon.
We're almost ready to head out to the station.
Oh, of course, of course. I hope you all have a safe journey. I would also be very pleased if you would accept this.
What is it?
I took the liberty of preparing some sandwiches for all of you, as well as a pot of lemon tea for each group. I'm afraid I wasn't able to fix a proper breakfast, so I hope you'll enjoy these on the train instead. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it.
Such a thoughtful caretaker.
We'd be more than happy to accept them.
Oh, think nothing of it. Any good maid would do as much.
Well, everyone sure loves you, don't they? I guess my objecting to you being here just made you work that much harder to cozy up to everyone else.
I would never dream of such a thing. Please have a safe and pleasant journey, my lady.
Once again, I swear her sarcasm is hard to tell if she's actually being serious or genuine. I know she's being genuine, but I'm just saying.
I'll be counting the hours until your return.
Fine, I'm leaving. Hold on. You aren't plotting anything else, are you?
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, if you say so. All right, we're leaving for real this time.
Have a safe journey. Please excuse us.
The dormitory's in your hands while we're away.
Looks like Group A just took off then. Good morning, Lady Sarah. Would it have been too much to see them off if you were awake this whole time?
Their field study begins the moment they wake up on the day of their departure. So since I'm responsible for grading their performance, I figured it was best to leave them to their own devices.
I see. You make a valid point.
Just one question for you. When will you be returning?
Ah, you truly are perceptive, Lady Sarah. I suppose there is no reason not to tell you. I will be returning before my lady and her classmates do. That's as much as I can tell you.
It's as if Elisa already gets this.
I see.
Alright, I believe I'm going to end this off here, because it's going to be just a mass of more big cutscenes and then getting to the actual field studies, and I feel that is best saved for the next stream. So, I thank you all for coming, and I will be back tomorrow. Terrell, if you are still in chat, be ready for tomorrow's stream, please. It is going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. So, with that, I will see you all tomorrow for some Halo Combat Evolved. Later.